Is this the most powerful 5-channel amplifier you can buy in the market right now? And if it is, why haven't more people heard about it? This is the Dynamics SD2400.5. At 2 ohms, Dynamics says this amplifier produces 230 watts times 4 for your mids and highs, plus 1500 watts for your subwoofer or subwoofers at 1 ohm. That's a combined over 2400 watts of continuous rated power from one amplifier. Those are some serious claims. But does it actually produce that amount of power? Or are these just numbers on a box? Today we're going to put the SD2400.5 on the SMD AD-1 amp Dyno to find out. Let's get started. Now, welcome to our channel that reviews all the best in car audio, performance, suspension, and more. We don't drop stock. And if you're like us where stock just doesn't cut it, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Now, today we're testing an amplifier that has somehow managed to stay under the radar. Dynamics may not have the same mainstream name recognition as some of the bigger car audio brands, but the SD2400.5 has the type of specs that immediately get your attention. This is a full-range Class D 5-channel amplifier designed to run an entire audio system from one chassis. That means your front speakers, rear speakers, and subwoofer can all run off of one amp. But this is not your typical 5-channel amp with moderate power for your interior speakers and a weak subwoofer channel. This amplifier is claiming the type of output you would normally expect from a separate 4-channel amp and a serious monoblock. Now, later in this video, we'll find out whether it can actually deliver. The appeal of a 5-channel amp is simple. Instead of installing one amplifier for your interior speakers and one for your subwoofers, you can operate the entire system off of one chassis. That means less wiring, fewer connections, less installation space, and a cleaner overall build. The problem is that many 5-channel amplifiers force you to compromise. Most provide respectable power for your mids and highs, but only deliver 400 to 500 watts for the subwoofer. But not the SD2400.5. It gives you substantial full-range power and enough subwoofer output to potentially replace a separate monoblock amp. Now, this is how most people will use it. The published 2 ohm numbers are impressive, but most people probably won't run the 4 channels at 2 ohms. Most aftermarket component speakers and coax speakers are 4 ohm. Because of that, the most practical configuration will be 150 watts times 4 into 4 ohms. Then you can wire the subwoofer channel down to 1 ohm and take advantage of its 1500 watts rating. That gives you 150 watts for each front and rear speakers, plus enough subwoofer power for a serious single sub or a dual sub system. For example, you can run a set of front components, a pair of rear coaxials, and a dual 2 ohm voice coil subwoofer wired down to 1 ohm. Or you can do 2 dual 4 ohm subwoofers to the final 1 ohm load. The exact setup depends on the subwoofers, their voice coil configuration, and their power handling. But this is the combination that makes the SD2400.5 particularly interesting. It's enough power to build a loud, complete system without adding a second amplifier. Now let's talk about size and design. Now, despite the amount of power it claims to produce, the SD2400.5 is reasonably compact. It measures approximately 15.9 inches wide, 7.33 inches deep, and only 2.2 inches tall. One of the first design features you'll notice is the reversible top plate. The gain and crossover controls are protected underneath. That keeps the installation looking clean and prevents the settings from being accidentally moved after the system has been tuned. Now, the crossover adjustments also use a click-and-place control with 41 selectable positions. Instead of completely free-spinning dials, you can feel each adjustment click into place. That makes the settings easier to repeat and match between channel pairs. On one traditional amplifier, a very small movement of the crossover dial can create a noticeable change. The click system should make precise tuning easier for the installers. The amplifier also has clipping indicators. That's a useful feature near the level control. Now, clipping happens when an amplifier is asking to produce more clean output than it's capable of delivering. Once the amplifier reaches the limit, the signal becomes distorted. That distortion creates additional heat and can damage speakers or subwoofers. A lot of people believe a speaker is only damaged by receiving too much power. In reality, sending a heavily clipped signal can be just as dangerous. The clipping indicator provides visual feedback as each amplifier section approaches its limits. Now, this is not going to replace an oscilloscope or professional tuning equipment, but it can be helpful when setting the gains. With this much power available, correct gain adjustment is crucial. Now, let's talk about factory radio integration. Now, the SD2400.5 is designed to work with both aftermarket and factory radios. It accepts traditional RCA inputs, but it can also accept high voltage speaker level signals through the RCA connections when used with proper adapters. That matters because many new vehicles retain the original factory radio. The amplifier also supports automatic turn-on through either DC offset or signal sensing. This can simplify installation when the factory radio does not provide a traditional remote turn-on wire. There is also a 2-channel, 4-channel, and 5-channel input selector. This amplifier also includes a wired subwoofer level control. This allows you to adjust the subwoofer output from the driver's seat without changing the amplifier settings or searching through the radio menus. Okay, let's talk about electrical requirements. Before we discuss the price or test the amplifier, there's something important that you need to understand. Power like this requires a properly designed electrical system. This amplifier uses 0-gauge wire and ground terminals for a reason. Now, Audio Dynamics recommends up to 200 amps of fusing when the subwoofer channel is operating at 1 ohms. Don't connect an amplifier like this with CCA wiring and expect it to perform correctly. At minimum, it should be installed using quality 0-gauge OFC power and ground. Depending on the vehicle, battery, alternator, and listening habits, you may need to upgrade the battery, a big 3 wiring upgrade, or a higher output alternator. The amplifier can only produce the power the vehicle's charging system is capable of supplying. If the voltage falls, the amplifier's output will fall with it. Okay, let's talk about price. The Audio Dynamic SD2400.5 sells for approximately $799. Now, this is not cheap, but it needs to be compared with what this amplifier could replace. A quality 4-channel amplifier capable of producing 150 watts times 4 could cost several $100s. A separate 1 ohm stable monoblock amplifier that produces 1500 watts could cost several $100s more. You'd also need wiring, RCA cables, fuse holders, distribution block, and enough room to mount both amplifiers. With this amplifier, you get both amplifier sections inside one chassis. That doesn't automatically make $799 a bargain. The real question is whether it delivers the advertised power, because if it does, the price becomes more interesting. Okay, let's stop the talking about the specs and start the testing. Now we're going to test the SD2400.5 on the SMD AD-1 amp dyno. Now the AD-1 will show us how much clean power the amplifier produces at different impedance and where it begins to clip. So now that we have the amp hooked to the dyno, let's go ahead and test this out. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to test this at 4 ohms and see what kind of rating we get. Okay, so it did pretty good. We got 163 watts. A channel at 4 ohms at 14.4 volts. So when companies rate amplifiers, they rate them at 14.4 volts. So that's what we're doing here today. All right, so now let's test 2 ohms. Okay, so not quite what we expected. It's rated at 225 watts times 4 at 2 ohms, and it's reading 180 on one channel and 199 on the other channel. So most people won't run at 2 ohms because, again, most speakers are going to be rated at 4 ohms. That accounts for about 99% of those speakers that are out there. But it did fall short when it comes to the 2 ohm rating. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do our subwoofer channel. Okay, so now that the sub channel is hooked up, let's go ahead and test that out. Let's do 2 ohms first. Okay, so we got 961 watts at 2 ohms at 13.3 volts. So the power supply has actually dropped a little bit because this thing is drawing a lot of current. But we came very close to that 1000 watts at 2 ohms. Okay, let's go ahead and run this thing at 1 ohm. All right, so we got it. Basically, you're looking at 1535 watts into 1 ohm at 14.4 volts. So as advertised, this is doing what it says it was going to do, which is 1500 watts times 1 into 1 ohm. Altogether, a really solid amplifier. It does the power it needs at the ohm loads that most people will use it at. 150 watts times 4 and 1500 watts times 1. For $799, I believe this is a great value. You're going to want to run a 0 gauge wire if you're running this thing about 17 to 20 feet away from the battery. And the Big 3 upgrade is highly recommended. And if it's in your budget, an upgraded alternator will allow this amplifier to produce the amount of power that we saw here. Okay, if you're interested in this amplifier, leave a link in the description below. That'll take you directly to the product page. Now remember, we do have financing available. Simply add to cart, pick a financing option, get approved, and we'll send your gear out to you ASAP. Okay, that's gonna do it. My name is Josh with Breaker Stereo and Performance. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.